Dallas, Texas. Everything is bigger in Texas, including basketball. Well, it's not completely true. I mean, the college basketball programs like Texas, Texas A&M, Texas Tech, TCU, not really that big. University of Houston, though, that's good. But no Texas-based team has ever won the NCAA title except for Texas El Paso. And that was 1966. Regardless, the Dallas Mavericks were born in the 1970s, I do believe, in the 1960s, the late 60s, as a way to dissuade the ABA, or the American Basketball Association, which was the forerunner, or the main competition to the NBA. Putting a team in Dallas, they decided to put an NBA team called the Dallas Mavericks, because Mavericks and Dallas go well in hand. So the Dallas Mavericks were a decent team and all that. They had some nice players like Mark Geyer, Pat Laver, Derek Harper. Yeah, they had a decent team. One of the most famous Dallas moments came in the 1980s. 1984, when the Dallas Mavericks were playing, I believe it's the Lakers. When Derek Harper didn't see that his teammate missed the P3 throw, and he thought Dallas was winning the game, so he basically ran out the clock. Unfortunately, he realized too soon, too late, and Dallas couldn't have the shot to win the game. So they went to overtime, and Dallas got their butts handed to them. So anyway, the Dallas Mavericks were okay in the 80s, but they didn't really have that one defining moment as a franchise. In the 1990s, though, they had troubles. They really stunk it up with, like, what, 26 combined wins in 2 seasons, something like that, and the Mavericks couldn't hit that well because of the draft lottery. Well, they had Jim Jackson, who was a bust. Jason Kidd was not a bust. Dallas got him, and he was pretty good. But he was also good for the New Jersey Nets. Dallas then picked up this young kid in one of the greatest drafts of all time, the 1996 NBA draft. I suggest you check on YouTube. There's a video talking about the 96 NBA draft, one of the greatest drafts of all time. And they picked up this skinny kid from Santa Clara who led the Santa Clara Broncos to the 1993 massive upset of the Arizona Wildcats in the first round by the name of Steve Nash. And yes, he was from Victoria, British Columbia, Canada. Usually when Canadians were novelties. Not a lot of Canadians were in the NBA in the 1990s. Bill Wennington, though, was in the NBA and got 3 NBA titles as the backup center for the Chicago Bulls. That's good. Rick Fox was drafted in 1990 by the Celtics, and then he went to the Lakers and helped them win titles. So yeah. But of course, Canadians in the NBA are now more common than you think in the 2010s. But anyway, Steve Nash helped them out. And they picked up this guy by the name of Dirk Nowitzki from Milwaukee. It was a draft day trade. The Dallas decided to send power forward Robert Tractor Trailer to the Bucks. And the Bucks were happy. Unfortunately, Dallas usually took him to school, with Dirk Nowitzki being the face of the franchise, who never played for another team. Thank goodness for that. Steve Nash, unfortunately, would go on to Phoenix. Jason Kidd would go on to Phoenix and New Jersey. But Dallas did okay. Jamal Mashburn was also a good player for Dallas in the 1990s. So anyway, Dallas had a good team, but they couldn't get past the Lakers of the world, if you will. So anyway, 2006 was different. Dallas got to the NBA Finals against the Miami Heat. It all seemed great. Unfortunately, Dallas made a critical mistake in one of the games, and someone called a timeout when they should have let the clock run out. Miami would go on to take down Dallas in 6 games and win the 2006 NBA title. By the way, that was the first ever NBA prediction I missed. Finals prediction I missed. I had made every NBA Finals prediction from 93 to 2005 perfectly. And then 2006 I picked Dallas. When was the last time I was pissed off that Dallas got their butts handed to them? Meanwhile, Dallas got their own back in 2011 when they won the title against Miami, who did have LeBron, Bosh, and Wade. This was the first year that Miami had the big 3, and they lost to Dallas. Dallas got their revenge for 2006. So Dallas has been off and on. Like, they had Vince Carter for a while. J.J. Barea. Michael Finley was a good player for Dallas way back in the day. I don't remember too many Dallas stars. Of course, Angus I know is playing for Dallas now. That's good. So anyway, the what if is the 2007 Dallas Mavericks. Coming off a 2006 season where they should have won the NBA title, they were pissed. So pissed they helped themselves to the best record in the NBA. And people were thinking this time they're going to the championship. Unfortunately, in 2007, they were handed nothing but trouble when it was revealed that they would face the number 8 seed Golden State Warriors. And of course, this is Golden State. This is Golden State before the dynasty. Golden State looked weak and all that. They had one big player, and that was Baron Davis. However, Golden State played as a team, not the individual game, and they shut down Dallas. They shut down Nowitzki. They won a famous Game 6 at home against Dallas that shocked everyone. They were the first 8 seed to beat a 1 seed in a best of 7 because the other 2 times that happened, 94-99, the teams won the first round when it was a best of 5, not a best of 7. So, yeah. So the Dallas Mavericks were crushed. A lot of people were crushed too. You would be too. So anyway, the Dallas Mavericks had a chance, would have faced the Utah Jazz in 2007. Because obviously that was the team they play. And you know how the NBA never does their reseeding and all that. Things would have changed. In fact, if the NBA did what the NHL does, it would have been Golden State versus Phoenix and Utah versus San Antonio. But we can't stop them for anything. So anyway, just making the changes now to the Dallas Mavericks 2007. Utah wasn't that bad. They had 51 wins. The 2007 Mavericks had 67, and they had a good team. Devin Harris, Jason Terry, Josh Howard, Dirk Nowitzki, Eric Dampier. Yeah, they looked good. And then the Jazz with Williams, Fisher, Karolinko, Boozer, Okur. So we're ready to rumble, and Jazz Mavericks game 1. And the Jazz shocked everyone by beating Dallas in game 1, 108-104. Led by 11 points lead in the fourth quarter. Utah put 30 points by Boozer. Maverick Okur, 22 points. I would say he was a draft bust. No, that's Milicic. Jared Williams, 18 points. So Karolinko, Derek Fisher. Alongside them, they had Gordon, Gilchak, Matt Harper. He was part of the Jazz teams in the 90s. Paul Millsap, Rafael Arajo. Man, Raptor fans like myself rue the fact that we got Arajo instead of Andre Iguodala. D. Brown, Jaron Collins, C.J. Miles. C.J. Miles is still around. He's for Washington, I think. Dallas put up 24 from Dirk. They still had Josh Howard, Jason Terry, who's Eric Dampier, who are the Sing at Diop, Devin George, Greg Buckner, Anthony Johnson, Austin Crocier, and Maurice Aguirre. Yeah, they basically didn't have much of a bench. I think that's why Dallas stunk it up so many times. Game 2 saw kind of the same thing, but the Jazz put up a 5-point win, 107-102. So the Mavs are in deep trouble. 33 from Boozer, 21 from Okur. See there, D. Brown. Yeah, I talked about D. Brown, but I don't think it's not the D. Brown that played for the Celtics and won the 1991 Slam Dunk competition. Howard and Nowitzki and Terry all put up 20 points in losses because nobody else could hit double digits. So at 2-0, Utah looks like they've got this one in the bag. But I've seen weirder things happen. Utah goes home, and Utah has a good first half, but in the second half, they just stunk it up. Dallas easily wins. 28 from Nowitzki, 22 from Howard, 20 from Terry. Great job. Buckner. 28 for Boozer and Okur. I got 22. So the Jazz, not really that bad. At 2-1, can the Jazz win again? The answer is no. Dallas gets their fury on Utah and wins by 20, 103-83. They do so well, they send a third string move that had Jose Barea, part of the Puerto Rico team in 2004, that I believe shocked the United States in the Olympics. DJ Mabanga, Pops Mensa Bonsu, Kevin Willis was still playing. Wow. And Jerry Stackhouse was still playing. Man, I thought they would be better bench players and get rid of like Anthony Johnson and Greg Buckner. Anthony Johnson did get 11 points off the bench, 26 from Jason Terry. Utah used Roger Powell, Ronnie Brewer, and Louis Edmondson. Their bench mafia, 15 from Carlos Boozer. So Utah may have just woke the dragon, and that being Dallas. We shall wait and see. So anyway, game 5 saw Dallas come home, and Dallas beat up on the Jazz 106-96. So Boozer with 26 points. Not bad. Gordon Gierchuk had 11 off the bench. The Mavericks, Nowitzki 25, Howard 24. They did pretty well. They didn't really need to bench that much. Utah is pissed off at themselves. I believe San Antonio. Yeah, that's right. San Antonio would face Dallas if Dallas wins. A blank screen. Why a blank screen? What did I do? Here we go. And the Jazz, despite a good fourth quarter, lose the game 107-104. It's a game of 2 halves, not just 1 half. Dirk went off 44 freaking points. 16 from, or 26 from the field, and 11 for 11 on free throws. Josh Howard at 12. Basically, he would put the team on his back. Okoro put up 24 for the Jazz. That's good. And Boozer 22. But in the end, it was just, Dirk Nowitzki was just too much for them. So now Dallas will have to deal with the San Antonio Spurs, who won the 2007 Western Conference. So it's a battle of Texas. Alberto, my ass. I don't think Alberto was that good. We've got to go with Robert Horry. Horry for Alberto. I don't think it's a prime starter. Tim Duncan, yeah. So Parker, Ginobili, Bowen, Horry, Duncan. A front 5 to rival a lot of people's front 5s. In game 1, it was the Spurs crushing the Mavericks by 21, 106-85. Tim Duncan put up 27, 15 from Tony Parker, Bowen, Ginobili, Michael Finley played 19 minutes. Brett Barry was still around. Francisco Alberto, the Red Rocket, Matt Bonner for what he did in Toronto. Jock Vaughn, Francisco Ellison, Bino Udrih, James White, Jackie Butler, Eric Williams, and Melvin Uli. The Mavericks, 10 points in 8 minutes from J.J. Barea. Great job. 16 from Howard, 14 from Nowitzki. But, yeah, Nowitzki was just basically shut down by the Spurs. I guess playoff experience does count. Game 2 sees the same thing. The Spurs with a great fourth quarter to win 96-83. 19 from Duncan, Horry 12 points, Alberto 11, Bowen 10. Nowitzki and Josh Howard hit double digits, but everyone else just didn't. Dallas goes down 2-0 again. But they said, we did it once, we can do it again. And they did, narrowly. 5-point win in game number 3. 21 from Nowitzki, 18 from Terry, Howard with 15. The Spurs, 32 from Timmy Duncan. Fantastic. Ginobili and Parker. Great job. Now, Dallas will win 94-75. So they crushed the Spurs in all but the fourth quarter because they basically gave up. Nowitzki, 31 points. Terry and Howard, double digits, but nobody else feels the need for speed. 17 from Tim Duncan, only 17. Parker and Ginobili hit double digits, but just barely. So the Mavericks go home. Again, they were down 2-0 and they forced the issue. But the Spurs this time, unlike the Jazz, win game 5 to get the series back. 114-108. 23 from Parker, 21 from Duncan, Ginobili, Brett Barry, 13 points off the bench. 20 from Terry and Devin Harris. Nowitzki was in the top scorer for once. That's amazing. So the Spurs have a chance to win at home and knock Dallas off their perch. Remember, San Antonio did win this championship. And that will do it. Oh, that just sucks. Dallas got crushed by the Spurs. I guess playoff experience does count, as I always say. So 19 from Josh Howard, Terry with 50. Nowitzki, only 8 points, 4 for 14 from the field in 31 minutes. Yikes. Nobody made a big difference. The Spurs, 27 from Tony Parker. Why did they play the game? I guess because of his double-double. 17 from Manu and Bradbury with 10. Man, even Eric Williams put up some buckets. Nicely done by the Spurs. So I guess Dallas would have probably lost in the conference finals. At least it was better than losing the first round. Gotta give them that.